Ralph here, and welcome to True Power Trumpet Fitness and Wonderful Wednesday here in Connecticut. And it is another beauty. You can see the sun streaming in from my windows here in the studio. Life's good. Anyway, you saw the thumbnail. Bravo, Bravisimo, Batallan. I mean, this guy's the goods. There's lots of great trumpet players out there, but let me explain why I'm just really harping on this one guy. Let me honk a little bit, and then we'll get to it. I have played yet today. I am warmed up. Anyway, double season Arbin. Always a good day. Finish up my juice. There's more where that came from, baby. Anyway, yeah. Batallan. Why am I freaking out so much about this guy? Let me explain. Now, I know. I'm the first one to admit, and I'm proud of it, that I'm old school. I get it. I talk a lot about the golden age of brass in years gone by, and I sound like an old fart. Well, that's fine. But that is what I am after. And when I look at the professional players out there now, when I listen to CDs, when I go around this great land of ours, formerly with Jerry, doing clinics and whatnot like that, you know, you go to the ITG and you go into the room where, you know, all the vendors are, and there's just hundreds of trumpet players honking away. And you hear it, and I notice very gradually, but act very, very distinctly, that to my way of thinking, the approach to trumpet playing has changed. I'm not even going to say it's going downhill. I think it's gone downhill to my ear, but I'm going to go out on a limb and to say, trying to, you know, reach a middle ground here with all who disagree with me, that it's changed. Okay? Now, the trumpet players I hear today, and especially the orchestral players, now again, that is where I'm coming from, do not have the sound they used to have. They just don't. And nothing against them. Nothing against them. The concept has changed. I mean, that's all there is to it. It has changed. It has gone from a big, strong, powerful player, either from the orchestra or a lead player or a soloist, to a more refined, see, I'm being diplomatic here, more refined, delicate type of playing that is governed around a microphone and a sound man. Okay? And I'm not here to say one is wrong. Because, you know, when you're talking Rolfs, Chris Martin, Hooten, Bilger, I mean, they sound terrific. Don't get me wrong. And I've said that before, they sound terrific. It's not my cup of tea. It's just not. So over the years, guys, I have really sort of resigned myself, because this has been going on for a good 10 years at least, if not more. I've resigned myself that I am not going to hear a Herseth again. I'm not going to hear another Mel Broyles. I'm not going to hear another John Ware. Forget Harry and Maynard and all that. And guys, there is lots more guys now that can play high notes, but they don't sound like Harry, Horst, Maynard. They don't. Cat Henderson. They don't sound as good. Again, like the orchestral guys, it's a thinner tone, and just really like Vasuti or Winton, designed to have that microphone that far away from your bell. Or, in the case of somebody like Chris Bodie or somebody, literally attached to your bell. I mean, Conrad Gazzo back in the day, I mean, please. He would have blown the sound man right out of the studio the way he plays. And he wasn't blasting. That was gorgeous trumpet playing. So, I mean, that's, you new guys, that's not what I'm saying. Okay? So when a guy comes around like Batallan, if I'm pronouncing it right, I get excited. I get excited. Now, Jerry's guy, when he was a kid, was Harry Glantz. Couldn't get enough of Harry Glantz. Now, he morphed into Harry and Horst, and Charlie Shavers was another big. But Harry Glantz, all Jerry wanted to be was an orchestral trumpet player, believe it or not. But he didn't have the chops. So he just dedicated his life to figuring out chops. But Harry Glantz was his guy. Now, I've never heard Harry Glantz live. I've heard a couple of things that he has done, and that's what he sounds like. Centered, pure, powerful, brilliant. A short little Jewish guy, just knocking the walls down. Okay? Mel Broyles sat right next to him for a number of years. That is what he sounded like, Battaglia. And I told you, go back to that little clip that I put a couple of videos ago of Mel playing, and you'll hear what I'm saying. That is what. The notes pop. It's as clear as a bell. It's strong. There's no strain. It is gorgeous. John Ware, same thing. That is what he sounded like. Herseth, I heard, now again, I sat next to John Ware for a long time. That is what he sounded like. Herseth just devoured his recordings. As a kid, I told you, devoured those Sunday afternoon live from Symphony Hall in Chicago. Devoured them. And I heard him live at Carnegie Hall. That is what he sounded like. And this guy is like a fresh breath of fresh air. Now, I put the Tomasi on the last one 2 days ago. I'm going to put a clip down, the tribute to Harry James. Okay? Now, he's not screaming. He's not playing double C's, but you hear what I'm talking about. Guys, it is centered, pure, gorgeous, locked in, not a Bach mouthpiece, not even close. And I think you'll agree with me. I'm going to go out on a limb, but I'm pretty sure, even though it's a separate clip, it was the same concert as the Tomasi. It looks like the same orchestra and everything. He just went out. He got an ovation. He came out for an encore. He changed his tuxedo coat to a dinner jacket and played a tribute to Harry James. Now, here's the deal, guy. Don't tell me that centered, brilliant, sizzling tone, don't tell me that doesn't work in an orchestra, because it does. I've heard it with all the guys that I just mentioned, and this guy now got probably the most coveted job in the world, sounding like that. Now, the little bit that I've heard his Mahler Strauss in the heavier German works, yes, he uses a bigger mouthpiece, and it's a little darker than the Tomasi and the Harry James. There's no question. But guys, the chops are there. That is what Herseth sounded like. I will go to my grave saying that this is right, as opposed to. Now, nothing against Chris Martin, Rolfs, Bilger, all those guys. They're terrific players, and they have held down some of the toughest symphony jobs in the world for a long time. And to do that's a very principal trumpet in a major orchestra is a very stressful job, guys. It really is. And to have that consistency, that's not an easy thing to do. Not an easy thing to do, and they have done that for a long time, and I'm saying beautiful. But all of you will agree, it's not the same sound. That is what I'm talking about. And that is what I've been preaching my whole life. That is what definitely I was trying to get across for the last 3 years on these videos. And guys, Vacchiano, every single day that he was in Juilliard, he would start off at the library, the Juilliard library, and he would play Harry Glantz, Meyerbeer, the solo and the whole thing to get that sound in his ear. And guys, I personally am going to be playing a lot of Batallan every day to keep that sound in my ear. I mean, it's ingrained in my ear because of Mel and all that, but I love it. I can't get enough of it. Okay? I strongly suggest you guys do the same. It'll take 2 minutes to listen to a little bit of the Tomasi and just think that's what it's supposed to be. Anyway, yeah, that viewer that sent that little snippet to me, thank you. You were using a screen name, so I don't know who you are, but thank you so much for sending me that information that way. It does my heart good to know that we have somebody to emulate in a whole high-profile position. Bravo, Battaglia. Anyway, eat and drink your fruits and vegetables and live your life with true power. Love you all.